Happy last day of November. Man, I can't believe that 2023 is almost over. We have a special guest with us today to give us a year in review on one of the biggest ministries that we do here on the Manoa Memo. Welcome to the Manoa Memo. Like I said, we have a special guest with us today. Please welcome Dan Crum, one of our elders and the chair of our missions committee here at Manoa Community Church. Thanks for being here, Dan.
Yeah, my pleasure. Yeah.
So, can you give us some highlights on the missions from 2023?
Yeah, I would love to do that. Thanks for asking and for giving me the heads up because I did make a few notes. But I think probably the highlight for me that just stood out instantly was when the whole church participated in giving towards the earthquake response for this family that works in West Asia. And so we were able to build 2 tiny homes for families who lost everything in that earthquake in Turkey and Syria. And so that was fantastic to see the whole church participate. So we raised, what do I have, $7,856. The elders matched first 2,000 and people just kept giving. So that was definitely a highlight to see the whole church participate. And then I think the other thing, well, there's several things, but I love serving on this missions committee. I started in January, became an elder, and then they said, "Okay, you're the chairman." I said, "Okay, well, what do I do?" So you're our leader, but tell me what to do. So that kind of thing. But that's been fantastic. There's so much history with people on the committee, and yet there's some new people too. So it's a privilege. It's a privilege to just kind of step in and just take this next chapter of missions at Manoa and see where it goes. So that's been fun. We do have 3 new committee members, with Andrea Yesner is one of them. David and Mary Bulkley are new. I was new last year. So we have the new with some of the more longer serving people, and that's a good mix, a real good mix. I think some of the highlights really were the missionary visits as well. Had so many people come. Never been part of a church where so many people showed up in one year. You want them out there in their area of service, but half of our partners are local. And so, in fact, 2 of them are members. I'm not sure if what one is, but I know that Gail Martin is a member. She's had a Scripture Union USA. So she's here all the time. So that's pretty cool. Brenda Smith has her offices here with the Child Evangelism Fellowship of Delaware County. So she's right here. The Brindleys are nearby. Katie spoke at the women's breakfast. I think that was in June. So they're active with us. Phil Thrash came in June also and taught on prayer to the prayer ministry. So to kind of have this back and forth with our people. Joe Kim, also we support, and Bruno with the Brazilian church. They both have preached here at Manoa, so we have a vibrant interaction with our partners, and that's the best thing about it. These are not distant people. They come and they spend time here, and so that's great. And of course, we had a new family, Aaron and Katie, that were just here. They're getting ready to go to the Middle East, work with refugees. So being with them on the front end, and so many more. So I love it. I just love being part of this. So
it's awesome. Praise God.
Yeah, we have a couple of new partnerships. You want me to go ahead and talk a bit about next year?
Yeah. Give us maybe. Yes. Tell us what we have to look forward to next year. Maybe some prayer requests as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Some prayer requests. Yeah. Let me cover next year, and then out of that will come some of these prayer needs. But we do need to review our missions policy, so that's one of the things we want to do, and that's important just to kind of keep the boundaries in place, and that's served us well. I do want to build organizational relationships too. I think it's important that we know who our mission organizations are, so we understand who they are, how they work with our missionaries, so that we can kind of help the organizations be good with their partners, so we can be good with our partners as well. So that's very much a part of what I want to do this next year. I am kind of thinking about mission trips. Just kind of do some study and research. It's time that we go visit some of these people, and so we'll kind of look at that over the next year. And then, of course, people coming to visit here, church participation with some of our local partners, and even Kingdom Kids. You know,
Right.
how can we involve Kingdom Kids?
Yeah.
Some of our missions
Yeah.
is one of
Had
them.
a handful of youth ask about missions trips.
Yeah.
That's-
Yeah. So I think as far as prayer points, it would be for just the people that we're supporting. And I named several of them here, but also as a committee, how can we strengthen our relationship with our organizations and with our partners? How we can involve more of the church in missions just in a natural way,
Sure.
because it is a natural part of who we are as a church.
Sure.
And I honestly believe that we are growing as a church because we don't just think of ourselves. We think of people outside of these walls, outside of this area, in other parts of the world. And there's a lot of back and forth. And so I love that about it. So you can be praying about those too. I would appreciate prayer, just leading
Sure.
the committee, and just for the committee to stay strong in what we do. And each of us on the committee has one or two partners that we are the liaisons for. And so I can just appreciate prayer for those relationships too. And then two, I want to just mention specifically that are new. One are the Yesners, Andrea and Yate, oversee on this side of the pond of the Atlantic Ocean, Mercy Kids Africa. And so we are going to start supporting them. And so this will be our only sub-Saharan Africa ministry, but we want to get involved there. So appreciate prayer for that partnership and for Andrea and Nate. And then also for this campus ministry. Thomas and Holly Dressler are new to this, and they're doing a great job in these first few months. They have been working on, I think it's Bryn Mawr, Haverford, and Swarthmore campuses. And so they've done a great job. So I know they would appreciate your prayer. They're excited about it. And in fact, they had a Thanksgiving dinner here. What was that, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
I wasn't able to make it. Were you able to make it for that? But they had like 14 or 15 leaders that came just for a dinner, just to have a gathering place, and they loved it. So
and they sent a thank you video.
Thank you, Manoa! Happy Thanksgiving!
You know, as you think about these college kids that come, I went into missions myself because of being involved in a campus ministry. And so who knows what this will do by people coming here that are in college and just kind of learning about who God is and what he's going to do in their lives during these formative years, because we make so many major decisions at this point in life. So I'm excited about that, and then just our global reach. And we have a bigger budget coming next year, so we can do more and help more. So I'm excited about all that too.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for the rundown, for the review, for the prayer requests. We really appreciate you being here. Thank you for all you do with missions. It's the Great Commission for a reason, and we're so thankful and blessed here at Manoa to be able to support all of these people in that commission. So thank you all for all of your support and your prayers. We'll see you soon.